But another guy though, in terms of the draft, that I don't think will be available, but is on everybody's mock draft apparently. It was going 24 to the Kings. Is Kris Murray. I just don't see how he gets drafted. I don't even see how he gets really past pick 20.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I think it's just everyone, like all the big media members, just trying to get clicks. I mean,
Trying to satisfy Kings fans.
yeah, I'm a little guilty of this at times too. Probably posting more about Kris Murray than I need to, but I mean, be interesting to draft Keegan's brother, who put up 20 points, or not just brother, his twin, who put up 20 points a game in Iowa this year. I mean, he looks solid. Maybe not the shooter that Keegan is, but he brings a lot more to the table. And I think maybe even a better rebounder than Keegan is. But I mean, still a very solid guy. I mean, I don't see him dropping to 24 though. Seems a little optimistic. Right. I don't even know if the Kings get him at that point either. I mean, maybe best player available probably. I'd be interested in his. I mean, he would just back up Barnes at that point, right? Or even if we have Barnes at that point, it's kind of interesting. Or do you slide Keegan down to the 3? So many questions.
Yeah, it's a lot of things are kind of predicated on what happens with Barnes, and even kind of like Vezenkov, because I don't know. In the draft, I don't know. All these things come into play, but on Kris Murray, it's just like he's one of those guys that is going to be a contributor. He could definitely be in a rotation, no problem, and he's a little bit more emotional than Keegan Murray, but in terms of like work ethic and the learning curve, it's got to be about the same, you would suspect. And I thought it was interesting though what their dad said. I think he told Brendan Nunez it was that he kind of is hoping that Kris gets drafted somewhere else, and then the brothers reunite later in their career because he thinks it'd be good for them. I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be interesting. But I think at the same time too, it's like they played one season without each other for the first time, so it'd be kind of cool to kind of like bridge that gap again.
Yeah, and they both had great seasons too without one another.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they can obviously play a part, but it'd be nice to bring him in. And they seem. I mean, if I'm assuming Kris is, and I've heard, is just a high character guy like Keegan himself. Monty's all about drafting those high character guys. So I mean, it seems like a seamless fit in that situation as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So obviously, if he's there at 24, he's a guy that they would jump on and snag, and everybody's writing that story already.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe people are talking about that more than anything now because it's just not going to happen. So it's like just kind of like just cash in on all those good story points. Yeah,
yeah. Especially after the rookie year Keegan had to.
Mm-hmm.
What can Kris do? Who's older? Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like
maybe you could look it up easily.
I think Kyle Draper, he like talks to like different players throughout the year and like feature it. And I think he talked to Keegan early on, and I think he asked him that question because it's a very Kyle Draper question to ask.
Yeah,
which is very good because he gets to the bottom of it. Yeah, what's the average like difference in time? Is it just like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, an hour? Does that ever happen?
I don't know.
Like go grab a cup of coffee, like go shoot one out and then get a cup of coffee and then shoot the other one out.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's what Brendan Nunez should have asked Kenyon Murray.
Dude, he should be asking Kenyon Murray the tough ones. I don't know Keegan's mom's name. She would know best.
Yes, I guess so.